Hello again and welcome to our English language workout. I'm Sam Cole. Today we're tackling a very modern and important topic, downshifting. We'll talk about why highly educated people sometimes must take simpler, manual labor jobs when they move to new countries. We'll explore the idea that the metropolis they move to needs them to keep progress going. Our grammar focus is on modal verbs. We will practice using can, could, must, had to, may, might, ought to, and need to. These words are essential for expressing ability, obligation, and possibility. Remember, speak out loud during the pauses. Let's begin. Part 1. Ability and possibility. Can, could, may, might. Our focus today is describing skills versus the current reality. I can speak 2 languages. Repeat. I can speak 2 languages. In my old country, I could work as an engineer. Repeat. In my old country, I could work as an engineer. Now I can only find a job in delivery. Repeat. Now I can only find a job in delivery. How do you ask? Can you use your education here? Your turn to ask. Can you use your education here? No, I cannot use my education right now. Repeat. No, I cannot use my education right now. When you move to a new country, you may not find the job you want. Repeat. When you move to a new country, you may not find the job you want. You might feel a lot of surprise. Repeat. You might feel a lot of surprise. This might be because the list of jobs is small. Repeat. This might be because the list of jobs is small. How do you say he could be a top manager but he isn't? He could be a top manager but he isn't. This country may have a problem with its economy. Repeat. This country may have a problem with its economy. Part 2. Obligation and necessity. Must, had to, need to. Our focus is the unavoidable reasons and requirements for survival. When you move, you must pay for housing. Repeat. When you move, you must pay for housing. You need to eat. This is a basic necessity. Repeat. You need to eat. This is a basic necessity. Therefore, you must take any job you can get. Repeat. Therefore, you must take any job you can get. Many people had to leave their homes. Repeat. many people had to leave their homes. How do you say, I had to make a difficult choice? I had to make a difficult choice. You don't need to have a special certificate for this manual job. Repeat. You don't need to have a special certificate for this manual job, but you must work hard every day. Repeat. But you must work hard every day. How do you ask? Do I need to learn new rules? Your turn to ask. Do I need to learn new rules? Yes, you must adapt to the new culture. Repeat. Yes, you must adapt to the new culture. This country needs to find a new way to grow. Repeat. This country needs to find a new way to grow. Part 3. Future and recommendation. Will be able to, will have to, ought to. Our focus is the future burden of progress on the new arrivals. I hope that next year I will be able to find a better job. Repeat. I hope that next year I will be able to find a better job, but the new country will have to change. Repeat. But the new country will have to change. It has a comfort zone. It will have to innovate. Repeat. It will have to innovate. The old metropolis ought to use the skills of new people. Repeat. The old metropolis ought to use the skills of new people. How do you say, we will have to build the new industries? We will have to build the new industries. These new educated people will have to colonize the metropolis with new ideas. Repeat. These new educated people will have to colonize the metropolis with new ideas. They will be able to keep the progress going. Repeat. They will be able to keep the progress going. The country ought to support them. Repeat. The country ought to support them. How do you ask? Will we be able to make a difference? Your turn to ask. Will we be able to make a difference? Yes, but we will have to work together. Repeat. Yes, but we will have to work together. Part 4. Multiple choice. Modal verbs. Grammar check. Now let's check your understanding of these modal verbs. Choose the best answer. Question 1. Which sentence talks about a past obligation? A. I must go now. B. I will have to go soon. C. I had to go yesterday. The correct answer is C. I had to go yesterday. Question 2. Which sentence shows possibility, not certainty? A. He might come to the party. B. He will come to the party. C. He can come to the party. The correct answer is A. He might come to the party. Question 3. Which sentence gives a recommendation or advice? A. You must see a doctor. B. You ought to see a doctor. C. You will be able to see a doctor. The correct answer is B. You ought to see a doctor. It is strong advice. Question 4. How do you express a future necessity or obligation? A. We had to win. B. We need to win. C. We will have to win. The correct answer is C. We will have to win. Part 5. The story. The new colonists. Now let's listen to a story that combines all these ideas. Dr. Harris could manage a large factory in his old country. He was an expert in productive engineering. He was an expert in productive engineering, but he had to leave. He and his family needed to find a safe place. He and his family needed to find a safe place. He moved to a famous rich metropolis. He thought he would be able to find a good job easily. He moved to a famous rich metropolis. He thought he would be able to find a good job easily. He thought he would be able to find a good job easily, but he can't. He goes to interviews. They say, you can speak well, but we don't have those jobs. You can speak well, but we do not have those jobs. A friend explains, this country had to send its production to its former colonies where labor is cheaper. This country had to send its production to its former colonies where labor is cheaper. Now this metropolis can only offer service jobs. It needs to import everything. Now this metropolis can only offer service jobs. It needs to import everything. So Dr. Harris must work in construction. It is hard manual labor. So Dr. Harris must work in construction. It is hard manual labor. He thinks this country is in a comfort zone. It has degraded. It ought to be innovating. It ought to be innovating. He meets other educated downshifters. A doctor working as a taxi driver, a scientist working in a kitchen. A scientist working in a kitchen. Dr. Harris says they may not see our value now, but they will have to. They may not see our value now, but they will have to. We will have to be the new colonists. We must build the new progress for them. We must build the new progress for them. Soon we will be able to start our own companies, and we will have to hire all the local people who can't find work. Soon we will be able to start our own companies, and we will have to hire all the local people who can't find work. Summary: connecting our learning. Excellent work today. You have navigated a very complex social topic using our key grammar. Today, our entire focus was on modal verbs and to express different shades of meaning. Ability: can for present, could for past, and will be able to for future. I could be an engineer. Now I can be a driver. Soon I will be able to lead again. Possibility: may and might. The country may not have jobs. This might be a surprise. Obligation and necessity: must, strong rule, had to, past rule, and will have to, future rule. I had to leave. I must pay rent. We will have to build new companies. Necessity: needed to. You needed to eat. Recommendation: ought to. The country ought to use these skills. We used this grammar to discuss downshifting, the idea that skilled people must often take simple jobs, but that they will be able to use their drive and education to recolonize and re-energize the very places that have degraded from being in a comfort zone. You are mastering some of the most difficult and important verbs in English. Keep practicing. See you next time for our next English language workout.